evening, fellow delegates. This is the Emeralda, and you're watching the IPC Broadcast. To start off, from the United Nations Security Council, discourse regarding food security in Russo-Ukrainian war is still ongoing. Brought to you by the New York Times.
Hi, this is the New York Times, reporting from the United Nations Security Council. Today's debate focused on the food security in Ukraine and how the war has made it harder for people to get food they need. Delegates talked about the 1994 agreement where Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons in exchange for safety promises from other countries like the UK, the US, and Russia. But now many say Russia's invasion broke that promise, and it should now go unpunished. Ukraine is one of the world's top producers of wheat, maize, and sunflower oil. But because of the war, farms have been damaged and exports have lowered down. Countries like Denmark and China shared ideas on how to bring more food to those in need and how to rebuild Ukraine's ability to grow and share food again. Even with strong disagreements, everyone at the Council agreed on one thing: no one should go hungry because of war. From the United Nations Security Council, this is New York Times.
Up next, we have secured an exclusive interview with the head chair of the United Nations Security Council about the current direction of the Council itself. Brought to you by Xinhua News.
This is Xinhua News. Today we have secured an exclusive interview with the chair of the UNSC Council. So what are your opinions on the current direction of the Council?
The current direction of the council itself, I would say they are heading towards the direction of trying to resolve the conflict as a whole, but it's not very coherent yet.
What conclusions do you hope that the Council can reach?
I do hope that at least they have a sort of agreement to how the mediation would go. It's hard to say whether Russia will get a veto or not.
What solutions have been proposed by the other delegates so far?
The few notable ones are: one, humanitarian corridors. That's a good one. The Russian Federation has talked about before on splitting up 15% of the lands they conquered in Ukraine to return to Ukraine, while 50% they keep it to themselves.
So how will the current solutions proposed by the Council affect particularly China or the global world?
China has been leading. They are always quite neutral as long as peace and mediation can come to the world. And to the world itself, it's more on what is their detail, which we still do not have at this. But what is certain, China is leading with. Of course, Greece also pushing things forward in council as well. So yeah.
All right, that's all. Thank you.
Okay,
Chair
thank
of
you.
UNSC.
Up next, in the Contemporary Crisis Council, it appears that a lot has happened, with the discourse on tariffs still ongoing, and the grand return of, that's right, slavery. Here's the last news of the day, brought to you by Russia Today.
Good morning, fellow Russians and UN members. This is RT News broadcasting the current situation of the Crisis Council. So far, Iran has proposed new solutions to the peace treaty of Palestine, which includes land distribution as well as punishments Israel should face by the UN. However, an Israeli politician responded to this by calling the Hamas terrorists as they killed so many Israelis as well as people from other countries. Following this, India changed the topic and demanded the US to reduce tariffs. India stated that it would put 110% tariffs on all goods to US if it didn't reduce the tariffs. This resulted in US foul talking to India and rejected to remove the tariffs, as India still remains as Russia's ally. South Africa proceeds to bring back slavery and proposes to China to use slaves instead of their workers, as it would be much cheaper to produce. This left many countries in shock, as they were not expecting South Africa to bring back slavery. Following this, Belarus agreed to buy slaves from South Africa. So that's what happened for now, and so that's 2 minutes of RT News, and let's zoom out.
That is all for today. Be sure to keep up with more headlines from TanarataMUN 2025. This has been the Emeralda, and you are watching the IPC Broadcast.